Hello, YouTube. A little bit of a reply to Palmetto Prepared. Anthony, how you doing? But also, I like to think I kind of inspired your video about resumes, because I made a kind of a grumpy video about shutting your mouth when you don't know stuff. So, Anthony over at Palmetto Prepared made a video in conjunction with Steve at Corsair Trainers about your resume. I mean, Steve hasn't made the resume video. I trust a lot of stuff that Steve would say. But put out there your qualifications. Here's the best part I can say, especially to you, Anthony. I got none. What I have is this. Scarred. Ooh. Shoot, I'm bleeding. When did that happen? Scarred hands. I learned from the School of Hard Knocks. I did do some schooling. Any of the schooling I did do, to some point with the lies and detecting problems with people, some of that was involved with actual schooling I did, but otherwise it comes down to I am a prodigy of the School of Hard Knocks. I was raised by a great man and a wonderful woman, and you know what? They hated me 90% of the time because I was a child and then a teenager. So if you can honestly say your parents didn't hate you 90% of the time when you were a teenager, I don't believe you, or you weren't a good teenager. I ran into a whole bunch of put some plating down. Did 2 shelves tonight. Brought in some scrap. Changed the money over into lumber. I turned steel into wood. But anyways, if your parents can actually say they didn't hate you during the time that you were a teenager, your parents either didn't care or you were not a true teenager. Hate to say it, but that's kind of how it goes. It's a rite of passage to just tick off your parents. I myself had probably more than the average with some issues. Not proud of it. I did deal with the law more than I should have. But again, now I am 37 or 38 years old. I'm not that good with math. And I have never actually spent a night in jail or prison. There is a difference, people. Trust me on the difference. But I have never spent a night in jail or prison. I'm pretty sure my parents beat me out of jail, to be honest with you. But I held no ill will to their methods, because I was a dick. And they also dealt with 2 older children than me, and I always said my oldest sister plowed the road, the middle sister plowed it under. So I had some interesting views on stuff. But what I can say is I've done construction work. I've done farm work. I've done a lot of labor jobs. So that's what I can say. If I ever sit down and try to tell you high-level math, my resume is not going to show. And you know what? My knowledge is not going to show. I know that pi is 3.14. That's about it. Now, if you want to learn some actual construction stuff that's actually usable in the real world, some of that stuff I can show you due to the fact that I worked for construction companies. I've worked my entire life, most of which are labor or hard labor jobs. I have worked myself into positions where I can kind of sit down at a desk a little longer than the other guys, but I have always worked. I enjoy it. I've never changed that. I enjoy working. Can't change it. And I would not go back in time to change anything, because if I tried to, I would probably mess up meeting my beautiful, wonderful, awesome wife. Oh, that was a little call out to my lovely wife who never watches my channel. But anyways, as to the resume, I have a very extensive resume to the School of Hard Knocks. I'm abused, broken, and there's a lot of stuff I would not do, and I could suggest other people not to do. That being said, I'm a well-adjusted adult, and maybe some of my younger viewers, I kind of don't want to tell you what not to do, because you know what? You really do need to run into problems. You really do need to screw up. Because if you don't screw up, you never learn. Failure is the best teacher. So it's kind of a personal VR to Palmetto, but thanks for watching. Anybody else who does, have a good night, guys. Bye.